Hi everyone, I'm Nikhil Goenka, working as Senior Manager in the M&A Tax Division. I'm here to share some of the key budget expectations that I have from the upcoming budget 2016 from M&A Tax point of view. Budget expectations run high every year, and this year it's not going to be any different. With global economies facing challenges and pressure, and India becoming a more favored destination for such global investors as a strategic investment destination, and more so because of the Modi government's initiatives such as Make in India and Skill India program. This year's budget is likely to be witnessed by tax experts across the globe. So let me share some of the key budget expectations that I have from this year's budget. The first and the foremost in my list is the changing the corporate tax residency rule and the introduction of the concept of place of effective management made last year. The place of effective management, as defined under the Act, is the place from where the key managerial and commercial decisions of a company, which are necessary for the conduct of the business as a whole, are made in substance. POEM is a global concept and has been used under various tax treaties as a tiebreaker rule for determining residency of a taxpayer. In December 2015, CBDT has issued certain guiding principles detailing the parameters for determination of POEM in certain situations. These guiding principles are still under finalization. However, the POEM needs to be further evaluated as regards to the applicability of Indian transfer pricing regulations and withholding tax obligations on a foreign resident which is held to be an Indian resident if the POEM of such foreign resident is held to be in India and that foreign corporate is held to be an Indian tax resident. Further, the way and the manner in which these principles are issued and stand today, if implemented, could face certain challenges which has to be smoothened before these are practically implemented and put to force. The second most important one in my wish list is the clarity on the tax rule on indirect transfer of Indian assets. There is no prescribed valuation methodology to define the substantial threshold, and the same should be provided for in this year's budget. Further, the reliance on mere asset rule in order to determine the substantial threshold and not factoring in the other ingredients such as the contribution of Indian assets towards the global business or towards the global revenue is also something which should be incorporated and provided for, and the Union Finance Minister can consider this also in his budget agenda this time. My another wish list is the extension of the term industrial undertaking used under Section 72A of the Income Tax Act to various other sensitive and strategically important sectors, and these may also cover certain service sectors as well. Section 72A basically permits the carry forward of losses and unabsorbed depreciation in case of amalgamation, with enlarging the scope of industrial undertaking and including certain sectors in the scope of industrial undertaking would mean that there is an extension of benefit on M&A activity happening in those sectors, and I consider this to be a very important amendment considering the reliance of Indian economy on those sectors. My another wish list is the extension of industrial undertaking used under Section 72A of the Income Tax Act to include certain more important, strategically important sectors and certain service sectors as well. With that, the benefit of carry forward of losses and unabsorbed depreciation would be extended to those sectors, and the M&A activity and consolidation in those sectors would be encouraged. Similarly, granting exemption under Section 79 of the Income Tax Act to domestic amalgamations and demerger, which at present is limited only to foreign amalgamations and demerger, is also something which would be welcomed by the domestic investor. These are some of the key budget expectations that I have. I hope that through this budget, we move much closer to a more stable, certain, and more simplified tax regime in India. Thank you.